Welcome to another episode of What Do You Need to Know to Live in Costa Rica? Today's topic, introducing our education specialist.
Hi everyone, I am Patrick Jager, joined as always by my good friend and business partner, Mr. Aaron Bailey. Hello, sir.
Pura Vida, Patrick. I am so excited for this.
I know, we've been hinting about this for the longest time. We are growing the family, the Your Pura Vida family. Before we make this introduction official, let me remind you that we grow our family also by you liking, subscribing, see what I did there?
Nice.
And being part of our community. So hit the thumbs up button, subscribe down below, share, be part of the conversation. Nothing makes us happier than to be part of this conversation. And especially on this topic, because if you have questions for our new introduction that Aaron's about to make, put them in the comments. With that much tease out of the way, Aaron, tell us the news, please.
So, Patrick, we've worked with a number of families moving to Costa Rica or considering a move to Costa Rica. And we realized that we didn't have deep expertise in the education system. We have a proprietary database that we've developed of the school opportunities in this country, but we needed someone who has deep experience helping families navigate the system. So we scoured the country to find the absolute best person to work with families to help navigate the system. And we are going to interview her today on this vlog, Andrea Lasso de la Vega Moreno. We are just so excited to have her on the team.
With no further ado, ladies and gentlemen, please meet Andrea. So, Andrea, welcome officially to Your Pura Vida.
Thank you so much. I'm super happy to be here with all of you.
So let's start by where are you in the country right now? Where do you live?
I live in San Jose, the capital of the country. I live in a small town that is called Aceri. So it's basically super close to the mountain part of the country. And it's kind of the countryside.
So we already let everybody know you are Costa Rican. Tell us about your background, your family, a little bit about you personally.
I'm really a family person and I love staying at home and also a very social person, but I also like to have like my space. So as you could see here, I love reading and I have different hobbies too. I work a lot, so I'm sure you have heard this saying about work hard and also play hard. So I try to look for spaces to relax too. And being with my family is part of that. I'm married. I have one dog and 4 cats. That has been quite a journey. And I love animals, definitely. I love spending time with my family. We love playing board games together, having fun, and all of us, we love eating. So basically, Saturday or Sunday, we get together and we cook something or we just order something and we kind of share with each other. So
that's amazing. Tell us your educational academic background. You were a teacher, I know, but give us the whole kind of your whole story.
I have a BA in English. I got it from one of the most prestigious universities here in Costa Rica. I got my first job as a teacher in a private primary school here in the Central Valley. I was in charge of subjects like, English, science, social studies. It was really challenging because it was like my first experience in the field, but I really liked that. So I wanted to learn more about it and explore it a little bit more. So then I got my master's degree in teaching English as a foreign language, and that helped me a lot because I could have like different experiences, not only working with children, but with different populations and with different emphasis too. And from that on, I have worked for different universities in the country. I have worked with different institutions too, with different projects. I remember one that I really liked that was developing teaching materials that focused on gamification as part of the learning process. So it was an amazing experience too. I have worked in programs that focus on teaching English for specific purposes, right? So teaching English for example, social studies, sciences, or engineering. And I also work as an academic consultant for Oxford University Press here in the country and also internationally.
I feel very lucky that we even could get you in your time, and your expertise. Wow, I mean, it's unfortunate that you're not busy.
Exactly.
Quite a list, quite a
Quite
list
a
of
list.
accomplishments. Yeah, we're very excited to have you on the team. What
Thank
do you
you.
think,
Likewise.
Andrea, are some of the advantages of being part of the educational system in Costa Rica?
Great question. As you know, there's no like perfect system, right? Every single thing in life has advantages and disadvantages. And sometimes it will be the perfect fit for you, and sometimes it won't, right? But I think, like, generally speaking, here in Costa Rica, I would mention the human part. Like, we have very well prepared professionals ready to help you, people who have really worked in the system, they know how it goes, and how to support people. And I think that's one of the values that we have here in Costa Rica, and that's why we have these phrase there, Pura Vida. Is not just saying it, it's also living it, and that's also part of helping other people. So as professionals in the educational field, I think that we have this. Like, we can really sit down and talk to different people and help you out. And I would say that that's one of the most important parts of the system here, the human part.
I guess another way to think about that, though, is like if I'm an international, I'm thinking of coming, studying, bringing my family abroad, and I'm thinking of Costa Rica. Should families at all be concerned, like, oh, this academic standards aren't going to be what we need them to be? Yes, it's nice that everybody's friendly, but I'm not going to get, our kids aren't going to study the same things. They're not going to be at the same level. They're not going to get into college. Like, dispel that myth, because I think that is a myth.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely that's a myth because we have well-structured programs that are also supported internationally. You could also get international certifications too when you finish, for example, high school. So there's nothing to worry about.
Fantastic. So I shouldn't be concerned as a parent if my child graduates from school here in Costa Rica going to a university overseas in the United States or Europe?
No problem. We also have lots of exchange students here that come and want to have like the experience of living in the country. And I personally believe that you get high standards here and great quality in the process, because it's not just the academic part, also the human component. And when you combine these two, you get amazing results.
One of the challenges we have is a lot of the people that come here, their concern is it is that whole thing about the right fit. It's finding that right thing, as you mentioned. And we've been very blessed at Your Pura Vida because in a very short amount of time, a lot of families now are reaching out to us. Some have kids with special needs or special interests. Why, as an academic, is it important for, in your opinion, to have that right fit? Why should we not just say, great, you're living in Atenas, you'll go to X school, Green Valley, whatever. Why do you think it's important that we really make sure that we find the right fit for our families?
Definitely. I think that as grown-ups, we spend lots of hours working, and children spend lots of hours at school. So first, I will refer to the emotional part. I think that it's, I would use maybe the word mandatory for them to be in a place that they feel safe, that they feel protected, that they feel comfortable. Because don't get me wrong, I'm a teacher, so obviously the academic part is a big component of all these formula. But if emotionally speaking we're not okay, then all the academic part will not happen, right? So let's think about kids that maybe don't feel comfortable because they have some sort of special needs that need to be attended, or maybe because the number of students that will be in the classroom is not the appropriate one for them, or maybe the subjects that they teach at school are not that much of their interest, or maybe is an institution that focuses a lot on the academic part, and maybe this particular child needs a more artistic approach, or vice versa. So all of that can be either an advantage or a disadvantage in the process. So I would say first, the emotional part, get to know them, what they need. Then also in terms not only of the student, but also of the family. What is their dynamic? How do they work? What do they need? What are some of their needs, wants, lacks? What are some of the things that the family would say, okay, this is a must for us? And we can look for that, and we can kind of balance what the institutions are offering, and we can help you and support you in that process, because sometimes even we don't have like an idea of maybe what we need until we talk about it and we say, oh, it's important for me to be, for example, in terms of location. Location for me will be everything. Or no, I will be willing to compromise that if it's the institution that I want. So I don't mind, driving 1 hour a day, right? If it's the institution that I want for my children, right? So it's a lot to take into consideration. Also, maybe even small aspects that sometimes we don't take into account, like, do I want to be preparing meals, or do I want the institution to have some sort of service, right? Like cafeteria. Do I want them to participate in sports? Do I want an institution that focuses on sports, or a little bit more on arts or music, for example? Do I want an institution that has lots of extracurricular activities, or that's something I'm not really interested in? If I need additional support in the process, maybe thinking about language, in this case, like Spanish, can they help me with that? Or do I need to look for that outside the institution?
Yeah.
If I have specific needs, do I have professionals inside the institution that can help me out and guide me in the process? Or would that be an additional service that I have to pay for? So all of that comes into place. And when you add that dynamic day by day, week by week, so if you are not in the best place for you, that can turn to be something like a disaster, and we don't want that.
Absolutely.
We don't want that.
Absolutely. I mean, that's really our promise to people, is like, we're going to help them figure out if this is the right place, and if it is, how they can thrive. And one thing that Erin and I say a lot, and I think this goes into the next question we have, is we want to know why you wanted to join Your Pura Vida, but the reason we wanted your role, and we already said this before you got on, is when you're coming down with your family, it's no longer about you, it's about your child. It's about, as you said earlier, it's about what makes the most sense for them. That might be homeschooling, that might be a special school that you are willing to drive to, like you said, 30 minutes for. So this was a critical role for us. Why were we interesting to you?
That's a great question too.
Not to put you on the spot.
No, that's great. That's great. I think that as a teacher, it's kind of in my nature to help others, right? So I try to do it in different ways, sometimes consciously or unconsciously, but I like to help others. And for me, as a Costa Rican, I feel honored that people from other parts of the world want to come here and live and also experience the Pura Vida, right? The real Pura Vida. And if I can help them in the way of that, why not? Right? I would love to have that help if I had to move to another country, right? So I will like to have somebody who guides me and helps me and gives me recommendations on the process, what to do, what not to do, somebody that will give me options, and at the end it will be my family deciding what works for me, because we can give you lots of recommendations, but at the end of the day, it would be the family that would say, yes, this is for us. But sometimes we can have lots and lots of options that we don't know how to start with the process. And definitely it can be overwhelming. I mean, if it can be sometimes overwhelming, if you already live in the place, now moving to a place that you maybe have never been before, you have been before a couple of times, or so definitely having this guidance, I think, definitely makes a difference. And I think that with my expertise, I can help you kind of move through the system,
Yeah.
analyze what they offer, and analyze different options. And if you have any further questions, so yeah, definitely, I'm going to be here to help you in the process, right?
We're really excited for you to work with our families. How will you work with our families? What's the process?
Okay, first, I always say, like, when we're working with people, we have to remember we're not machines. So it's not a copy paste process, right? It's a very personalized process where I would get to know your family, right? Get to know what you want, what you need, what you tell me, okay, this is a must. Otherwise, we will not go through this, right? To get to know you, I will have a questionnaire for families to first kind of fill in, and I can have a better perspective of it. But definitely sitting down and talking about your expectations too, right? Talking a little bit about your family, the needs that they have, so I can get kind of a better picture, right, of what you're looking for. And after that, I will start doing some research, right, on different institutions that we can have around the areas that you are likely to come and maybe explore. And I can guide you through the process. If you need me to go with you, I will be more than glad also to offer that. We can sit down, and then I can kind of report back to you, okay, based on what we talked about, what you mentioned, this could be kind of a great fit for you. So I always like to give families options, because I mean, finding the perfect fit, it's complicated, and I don't know if we can find the perfect fit, right? We also have to be realistic in this process, but we're going to do our best to find the best one for you. And if you need some sort of follow-up, we are here, right? It's not that we give you the options and bye-bye. No, there will be some follow-up in case you need it, definitely.
I love that. I'm excited to partner with you so that as we're helping people figure out where in Costa Rica they might truly thrive, working alongside you to figure out the educational needs and seeing how those two things overlap. So schools and our database, our massive database of private schools and other schools in Costa Rica, alongside of all of our other data and experience throughout the country, I think is really going to help families to understand what their life could be like here in Costa Rica.
Yeah, and at the end
Definitely.
of the day, I mean, that's really the whole point here is that we want people to move and yeah, we don't want people to be here and be like, this is the worst decision ever. And and it's easy for the three of us, we're adults, we could just pack up and move. But when it's kids, it's a lot to get there. It's a lot to get feel comfortable. And then if it doesn't work, to have to do something else. So, you said, there's not a guarantee we're going to find a fit. Clearly true. Do you, looking kind of at the academic options in the country, though, do you feel there is a somewhere for everyone? There is an option that can work for everybody?
Yeah, definitely. I'm always really careful with the word perfect, right? Because that gives like sometimes an extra burden or necessary burden, right? Nothing in life is perfect, but definitely there are lots of great options, definitely. And by means of these steps that I previously mentioned, that help us a lot. So it's not just giving you a list of schools and that's it. No, it's like really sitting down and understanding what you need, right, in that specific time. And needs change, right? We have different stages in life, and maybe what you need right now is not what you will need in 10 years, and it changes. But
Right.
right now, we will do our best to find the best options that you can have here in Costa Rica. And I'm very confident and very positive that there is school that will work for you.
Well,
Yeah.
I am so excited for you to work with our families. Patrick, this was the right call for us as a company and a family. So we are thrilled to have you on the team. Thank you so much for being with us today. If you're out there and have kids and are considering a move to Costa Rica, or you're in the process of moving to Costa Rica, we would love to work with you and have Andrea work with you. You can get in touch with us, hola at yourpuravida.com, and we can start the process from there. I'm sure we'll have you on another vlog at some point soon, Andrea, but thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it.
You rock.
Thank
And
you.
until next time, as we always say, Pura Vida.
Pura Vida.
Pura vida.